now. Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to an episode of Folgers and Backwards, the mid-morning solo cipher. I am Ebony Jefferson, certified spiritual life coach, certified meditation teacher, herbal healer, mentor of magic, and founder of Ebony I Am, the home of magical beginner shops, products, and services. Word. At this point, I would normally extend blessings for making today a better day than yesterday, for utilizing today as a stepping stone for creating your best version tomorrow. And I still and always do. But this is the first episode of 2026 already. So I want to extend the blessings just a little bit further. So, blessings on your journey, blessings on your growth, or blessings on your strength, your courage, and your willingness to make change, to be changed, to create your best version of life and self, no matter how difficult, how scary, how unfamiliar this may be. If no one's told you today, know from the bottom of my heart, I am absolutely proud of you. I pray that this is a year of wonderful health, wonderful wealth, and joy everlasting for you, me, and everybody in between. New Year's, the new year is synonymous for change. People have this, even if you don't celebrate the new year into the spring, which many people don't, just the calendar changing, right? It makes you want to change. It brings a desire to be better, to do better, to live better. And that desire is sacred. And it's actually the seeds of manifestation. But manifesting isn't about wishing, hoping, praying, or even performing some elaborate ritual and just waiting for something magical to fall in your lap. Manifestation is about change. And change only happens by the things we do consistently, not occasionally. So today, we're going to talk about it. Across cultures, rituals for prosperity, love, and health are so tightly woven into New Year's Eve traditions. From preparing black eyed peas and greens for abundance, opening your front door and windows to usher in new opportunities, eating grapes under the table, lighting a candle. All of these rituals are absolutely beautiful. They keep you focused, they signal readiness to the universe, and they help create alignment. Unfortunately, these rituals are, for many people, where the act stops. And people wonder why they don't work. People often perform these rituals, closing the door on yesteryear. And then they walk into the new year with the same behaviors, habits, and mindset that they've been trying to get rid of. Listen, rituals open a door, but actual action is necessary to get us through it. We have to remember change is an instant, and transformation doesn't occur because we ask the universe nicely. Rituals alone will not give you a good life. Your daily habits will. And I think this is where manifestation gets misunderstood. If nothing changes after the ritual, how you think, the way you move, how you respond, the way you manage your energy, then nothing really changed. Hope without action isn't manifestation, it's avoidance dressed up as spirituality. This is why I focus so much on daily habits and the 3P method. That's setting daily personal, professional, and physical goals for myself. Because I understand that true transformation only happens through the small, consistent steps or the small, consistent changes that we make to the areas of life that matter the most. In my own personal practice and experience, I find that manifestations work best when there's a proper alignment of the mind, body, and soul. The mind, your beliefs, thoughts, and inner dialogue. The body, your actions, routines, and your nervous system. And the soul, your intentions, emotions, and spiritual alignment. When all these three are balanced and working together, I found that manifestation became less about forcing an outcome and more about creating my best version of life itself. Okay, so you know I love to paint a picture, right? Let's talk about money, since money is probably the most common area where manifestations go wrong. Speaking from personal experience. So, the first thing I want to say is when manifesting money, right? Writing a ridiculously large amount on a manifestation check in your journal, on your vision board, and then sitting around waiting for it to magically appear in your bank account is not spiritual. It's childish. Manifesting requires a level of responsibility, action, and accountability. In order to manifest properly, you have to get real about what it is that you want. Money, currency, is energy, and energy flows best when it's given a form of direction. So instead of just choosing some random number that just sounds rich, how about sitting down, visualizing, and calculating how much it will cost to live your ideal dream life? Or imagine the kind of car you want to drive, the kind of home you want to pull that car into, right? Imagine the wardrobe you want to wear, the accessories, hair, nails, clothing. And I mean, spare no expense. Think about how much travel is going to cost. How often do you want to take vacation? What kind of things do you want to do when you're on vacation? Are you a person who spends spontaneously? You need a budget for that as well. Are you the main support system of your family and friends? You need to incorporate that too. If you want to live your dream life, that means there's going to be a level of comfort in it. So when manifesting a specific amount, or rather when manifesting wealth, instead of manifesting just any dollar amount, manifest the exact amount. This way, you're not just telling the universe, oh, I want $1 billion, $1 trillion. No, you're telling the universe, I want $1 billion, $1 trillion so I can do this, that. And the universe, in my experience, responds in kind. It responds faster and it responds with a better ease of flow than when it's just all misdirected and jumbled. When you know exactly how much it costs to live out your dream life, it's no longer guessing. It's intentional direction of energy. The number becomes real. It's no longer a fantasy, right? Right. Okay. So now we have our number, right? We know exactly how much it costs to live out the life of our dreams. Cool. Before you start manifesting, right? Before you start asking for extra shifts at work, applying for 2 and 3 jobs to hit your goal, we need to first identify and plug up any areas where our energy, currency, our money may be leaking. Okay. Now, this is an area I had to truly experience repeatedly. I don't know, but let's just say this is an area I have a lot of experience in. So, pardon if I get a little bit passionate, right? Now, manifesting for some is easy. I'm not going to lie. I have no problem with manifesting abundance, with manifesting opportunity, with manifesting dollars, right? My issue had been for so long was identifying and plugging up areas where my money energy was leaking. If you're constantly pulling in money, right? It's flowing. You tapped in and it's moving. But you got holes everywhere, right? It can't stabilize. It's never gonna build and accumulate. And I'm so glad I figured that the fuck out. That was a personal note, but yeah, I shaded that because yeah, the whole game gotta change. The whole game has now changed, rather. But identify money leaks, guys. All jokes aside, for some, it may be unused subscriptions and memberships that are automatic in your account that is just coming out and you don't even utilize the shits. Turn them off. Go through and cut them things off. For others, it may look like ordering an extra large cup of coffee when realistically you're only going to drink half. You can't do that. Can't build wealth that way. It might even be in a form for some in spontaneous spending, right? Maybe you're outside, just out in the park. You were just going to get some air. Next thing you know, somebody walked by selling something that you have no business needing, wanting, or anything else, but you happen to have the money for it. So it was like, you know what? Let me support. Let me get that. No, you're not support. You're supporting them, but you're not supporting yourself. Leaks in financial energy exist everywhere, where it might even be overextending yourself physically in an area where you should be getting compensated more, or period, where you're not. You know what I mean? Identify the areas in your life, plug them up. If you want to build income, there can't be any gaps for the income to leak in. That's all I'm saying. Another good tip that I wanted to share with you guys is to stay open. Money flows, and it usually flows from a direction that you're not experiencing, that you're not expecting. Word. So once you have your amount, right? You've done plugged up your leaks. Now you put the amount in your journal. Now you put it on your vision board and on your manifestation check, right? Stay open-minded to how this comes. Many, many, many times, again, guilty as charged, I just assumed it was going to come in the form of overtime. It was going to come into the form of a check that I was expecting on that coincidentally I overhoped for and redirected the energy and made the check come goddamn late. Tell you, magically backfire. This is why I believe in each one teach one and sharing tips and tricks, because baby, I done had some doozies when it comes to shit going wrong, especially when it comes to money manifestation. Word. So yeah, stay open, right? Stay genuine. And what I mean by that is be yourself always and always. If you're the kind of person who will naturally go out and help somebody, go out and volunteer for something, do these things, because you don't know who you're going to meet at these places. You don't know who the person you're going to help, what that can bring back. And this is not in the of reciprocity, right? This is about being in the right place at the right time for your manifestations to materialize. And I found in my own personal practice and experience that when I'm being authentic, when I'm being genuine, just being me, I always meet the right people, always end up in the right place. And it's never something that I thought would be tied into the amount of money that I was working on manifesting. But it always, I kid you not, it always ends up aligning me down a path to materializing my manifestation. So stay open, stay aware, and stay grateful. And I got to wrap it back up to the rituals, right? Now, I want it to be known, I'm not saying don't practice them. I stay casting all day, every day. Where I eat, sleep, shit, breathe magic. So I'm not telling you not to perform your rituals. When you're manifesting money, having green or gold candles around the house gives you vision. It gives you focus. It keeps you grounded. You know what I'm saying? When you're manifesting the best version of life and self, smelling cinnamon in the air, it keeps your senses in tune with the vibrations of abundance. So the rituals are necessary, but they're a necessary part, not not the necessity when it comes down to it. Does that make sense? I truly hope that resonates. Rituals should support your manifestation, not replace the work. Your mindset, your daily habits, the conscious adjustments to areas that matter most in your life, that's what's going to materialize your manifestations into the physical world. The rituals are just to keep you focused along for the journey. And my last tip, definitely the best tip, is you are the magic. Word. You are a walking, talking, living, breathing ball of energy. You are a physical manifestation of creation. Everything you think, everything you say, and everything you do sends out a signal to the universe to respond in kind. So when you live a life that reflects your desires and your manifestations, materialization happens naturally. Where they stop feeling like effort and they start feeling like flow. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I look forward to a year of laughs and good content, deep conversations. As always, you guys can find me on all the social medias. Check me out on ebonyim.com for products and services, and leave me a comment and let me know what's your favorite manifestation tip and what are you manifesting and bringing in to your 2026. Word. As always, in parting, I send you guys much love, ashe, and namaste. Later.